Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Star Wars The Force Awakens Black Series Guavian Enforcer. That's right, this is another one of the new characters from the upcoming Force Awakens movie, and a very interesting looking character, I must say. So let's go ahead and check him out. As you can see, he comes in that window box style packaging that we've seen with all of the current Force Awakens Black Series action figures. It's got that nice bright red background and the window that fully showcases the action figure within. And if you rotate that box around to the backside, we have a very brief description, very cryptic description of the character that says, the security soldiers of the Guavian gang wear high-impact armor that makes them stand out among other deadly criminals. So it sounds to me like this is an army builder. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Guavian Enforcer outside of the packaging. So, as I stated in the beginning, he's a very unique and very interesting looking character. Of all of the figures we've gotten so far in the 6-inch Black Series, I really found this guy to stand out as one of the most interesting looking. I kind of like the design on this guy. It's really weird because it's hard to tell if he's an actual like humanoid or alien species, or if he is an android of some sort, a droid maybe, specifically because of that helmet that he's wearing. It almost looks like he's got a droid-like head. Very cool looking design too. It's kind of funny. He's already been kind of dubbed like a Target character. It does kind of look like the Target logo on his face, which is kind of funny, but I do like it. It's a really deep red. You can see it's got that crazy circle right there in the center. Really interesting kind of design underneath there. It almost looks like it might be some sort of circuitry or wires or something in there, which is why I kind of get that droid-like feel for him. But I guess it doesn't necessarily mean he's a droid. It could just be the helmet that he's wearing. But I also love like the scratches kind of going across it, where it looks like the paint is worn off of the helmet. I thought that's a really nice touch. Really cool details on the rest of the sculpt as well. You can see he's got this very deep red kind of bodysuit or jumpsuit that he's wearing with lots of black details. Kind of got like this black pauldron thing sitting over his shoulders. This giant black belt with all these pouches on here. And you can see lots of belts and straps and everything going around his waist there. Got some really interesting gauntlet type gloves on. Looks like he might have a control panel or something on the right glove there. And if we come down onto the legs, there's even more really cool details. Like he's got, again, this little bit right here that almost looks like a wire coming out of some sort of device on his leg that plugs into this little piece that's over his knee. So again, it has a very droid-like look to it. I'm very anxious to see the film to see what these guys turn out to be. I love the intricate sculpting too. Look at specifically the back of the outfit that he's wearing. You can see this great design in there. And again, it's got a very circuitry-like pattern to it. But I thought that was really, really cool. And the paintwork and everything on this guy is really nicely done too, because it's got this really deep red, as I said, but there's a really nice black wash going on in there that just really brings out all of the nice intricate wrinkles and folds that are seen all throughout the jumpsuit that he's wearing. So it looks really, really nice. It's a very dark toned character, but everything about him just looks really cool. I think he's got a great sculpt overall and just a really fantastic paint job that brings out all of those awesome little details. So let's go ahead and talk articulation with this guy. That head is on a ball joint, so you can see it looks all the way around there. We also have a nice hinge on the neck, so you can see you got a great range of movement, being able to move the head up and down there. He does have the ball joints at the shoulders, very tight ratchet type joints there. The arms can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. We got a nice swivel above the ball joint at the elbow, as well as a regular elbow bend. We got swivels at the wrist, as well as a nice little hinge joints on the wrists there. You can see you got a nice torso joint there, so that's how you can turn the upper body. We do have the ball-like hinge joints there at the thighs. You'll notice that the straps that are hanging down from his belt will hinder that movement just a little bit. They are softer, pliable plastic, and it's not too bad. You can see you can still stretch the legs out, but it does get in the way just a bit. You can also move the legs forwards and backwards, of course. We've got soles at the thighs. Very, very tight articulation here. We do have nice double joints at the knees. You can see that. And that little wire that's coming down to the little knee pad part doesn't hinder that movement. You can see that still works out very well. Aside from that, we have really nice ankle joints there. You can see you can kind of pivot the ankle side to side. You can also bend it forwards and backwards, kind of roll it all the way around. Nice ball joint there. So you got a great range of motion with this guy, and it holds up very well with a lot of the other figures we've seen in this 6-inch scale lineup. So our Guavian Enforcer comes with 2 accessories in the form of 2 different types of weapons. First of all, we've got this sort of, looks like almost like a sawed-off shotgun kind of blaster. That's what it reminds me of. It's done in like a gray plastic, but there's a little silver dry brushing on there that brings out the details. He holds it best in his right hand, because that's the hand sculpted with the trigger finger. And there is a little place in there where the trigger finger fits, so it can hold onto that pretty nicely. Now, it's not quite big enough to really be like a two-handed weapon. He doesn't quite get a good grip on it if you're trying to do two-handed poses, so it doesn't look as good that way. Definitely works better as a single-handed blaster, I think. His second accessory almost looks like it might be like a grenade launcher type weapon. So that's pretty cool. It's got the same exact type of paint job, just like a slight kind of silver dry brushing on there. Again, will go good in that right hand since he's got the trigger finger that can fit in the trigger port. But it's kind of an odd-shaped gun, and his articulation, mostly because of like the belt on there, it does hinder it just a little bit, so it's kind of hard to do the two-handed poses with this one. But it's an interesting weapon nonetheless. I will say I kind of wish that we had proper places to store these weapons. Like, he's got all these straps and everything, but it doesn't look like there's any real holsters or any place to actually store the weapons when not in use. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Guavian Enforcer figure, part of the 6-inch Black Series from the upcoming Force Awakens film. He's a very, very interesting looking character, and like I said, I'm pretty sure this is an army builder of sorts, so very anxious to see how he turns out in the film, but I will say that the action figure is a lot of fun, and another one that I really like from this particular series of figures. This guy is on store shelves right now, so happy hunting, my friends. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe so you never miss out on any of my videos. Until next time, my friends.